Well, this might be a little shorter than usual, which might be good. I don't know. Several of the books I ordered have not arrived as of yet, so we may just do them. I may just put pictures up. It depends how long this goes. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Tina. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And it's a sad moment in time. We have reached December of 2015. We have 7 months more to go of 2016. And that's it. That's where RT Book Reviews ends. I do believe there was a couple of digital issues after that, but I doesn't look like I downloaded them, and I can't find them anywhere on the internet. So we're stopping with July of 2016. That I'm thinking about going back and doing a couple of best of, not that far back. So let's say 13, 14, 15. We can't do 16 because the best of would have come out in 17. So maybe we'll do a few of those, and then we'll continue further down the line. We won't have reviews though, but we'll be able to read about the books from the back of the cover or wherever. But we won't have reviews to read. So, and I'm up extra early today. My sciatica woke me up. So, I want to say thank you to Z-Book Nook, and Leaf Sonata, and Selena. What are you doing? Stop worrying about your necklace. And Trudy. And welcome 2 more people. Unknown Man and Alden Otis. Thank you for supporting my channel. Please go and like all 2,000 videos. It may take you a while. Just go in and, bring up the video. You can mute it, minuscule it, and do other stuff, and then come back and do the next one. Let the whole thing play out. Thank you very much. One can dream, can't one? So, like I said, quite a few of these didn't show up. Let's see. Another thing is that they used to do close to 300. This one only has 256 books in it. Where did that book go? Oh, there it is. Oh, excuse me. I'm up 2 hours early today. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, we always start with Regency. And it always surprises me to discover how many of these books I actually own. Oh, didn't we do this last? Wasn't the Bump in the Night book from last month? And one of the stories in the J.D. Robb section was the Alice in Wonderland. So anyways. Oh, is this one even here? No, this was last month's book. I hate that they messed me up with they'll review the book in 1 month and then advertise it in another month and interview the author in another month. They'll never do them all in the same magazine. All right, now let's see if we can do this. Did I get the... Alright. The Spinster's Guide to Scandalous Behavior. 4.5 stars. McQuiston continues her seduction diary series with another smart, sexy, utterly delightful, and insightful tale. Readers will certainly take independent heroine, wounded hero to their hearts and cheering on to their HEA. Lucy Wetmore is stunned when an aunt she hardly knew bequeaths Lucy her diaries and Heathmore, her cottage in Cornwall, but to her horror she learns her father has sold her inheritance to Lord Thomas Branston. Lucy is determined to reclaim Heathmore and oust the interloper. For 5 years, Thomas has managed to hide from his past. Now he has to face down a hellion on the warpath and protect Heathmore from a feather-headed chit who might sell the land, destroying his hopes and dreams. Ah, so they compromise and marry. I see that one coming. Excuse me. Alright. Now. I gotta do this again. This young lady here. Right there. Where'd it go? There we go. Ta-da! Alright. Sweetest Scandal, Elizabeth Hoyt, 4.5 stars. Maiden Lane and its inhabitants have long captivated readers, and the latest series installment is just as enchanting as fans could desire. Asia Makepeace is big and bold and bouty, just like the theater he loves so much, and he's determined to rebuild Heart's Folly. The gardens are nearly complete when Eve Dinwoodie, his investor sister, wants an account of the escalating costs. A childhood horror left Eve in fear of being touched by a man, and Asia is the largest, loudest man she's ever met. Though at first he scares her, Eve is drawn to him. Asia is intrigued by Eve's fascination with sexuality and is only too happy to teach her the ropes. When I did all these books, I was data entering like crazy. I just had it. Literally just had it. Where'd it go? Don't tell me you're at the bottom of the pile. Yeah, you're at the bottom of the pile. Figures. Oh, Chrissy. When I first did these books, look at Miss Sleepy over there. I did them all. I was data entering like crazy. If you don't know, go check out heritagebooks.com. Not my local area, not related to me at all. City of Norfolk, Virginia. I did all the will books, all the court order books, all the marriage books. I wish I had access to Nassau County, town of Hempstead. That would have been awesome. but I did 40 books. And while I was doing those 40 books, I was listening to audiobooks. And I did this whole series. It's great to listen to. I think I like the narrator too. I think that was one of the reasons. But this got 4.5 stars, 1300 Scotland. The 10th book of the Highland Guard series is as powerful as the others. It is the highly romantic tale of lovers forced to make difficult decisions. When Ian McClan became an ardent supporter of Robert the Bruce, he never envisioned his spirited wife, Margaret, would inadvertently betray him. Blaming her for causing Bruce's brother's death and himself for trusting her, he leaves without giving her any information. She has no idea if they have a future together. 6 years later, Ian is placed in charge of Galloway. He discovers Margaret believes he is dead in battle and is preparing to remarry. Only after Ian discovers the identity of the real traitor will he and Margaret have the opportunity to fall in love and reunite. Hmm. Mm. Um. Anybody want some Texas in their coffee? Forever his Texas bride. Brody's Western always captivate with realistic settings, rugged cowboys, and feisty heroines. As a half-unbreed, Brett Liberty has always understood prejudice from the whites and the Iroquois, but to be shot, jailed, and sentenced to hang because of the color of his skin. I'm pretty sure that happened in the 1800s, but we won't go there. He hopes his brothers arrive in time, but in his spirited cellmate, Raina Harper, who comes to his rescue. Ah, Miss Maxwell. We haven't seen her in a while. 4 stars. Match of the century. Maxwell infuses the first of her new series with great depth of emotions. Readers will experience her character's anger, frustration, and sadness and joy, and they'll sigh with satisfaction at this master story ability to create an emotional read. Elin Morris has never been concerned about catching a nobleman. She's been betrothed since birth to Gavin, Duke of Bayton, but it's Gavin's brother Benedict who holds her heart. Their betrothal ball is at hand when Benedict returns, but fate has much in store for them. Ellen's mother sudden death postpones the wedding. A kidnapping and murder attempt plunges Ellen and Benedict into each other's arms. Aww. Falling in love with the rescuer. Where's my sheet here? Okay. That is all for Regency. I didn't. The Wedding Tree, mainstream fiction. If you haven't seen my unboxing, go watch my unboxing. I have no idea what's in those boxes till they arrive. 4.5 stars. Vibrant characters and a beautiful, detailed storyline combined in this compelling tale, spanning generations. The alternative POVs are intricately woven into this tale of love, loss, and forgiveness. Hope Stevens is headed back to Wedding Tree, Louisiana, to help her grandma Adelaide, who is recovering from an accident. In addition to sorting out Adelaide's closet in preparation for her upcoming move, Hope wants to sort out her own life. She meets Matt, who is struggling to raise his 2 daughters after the loss of his wife. Adeline feels compelled to resolve questions from her past before it's too late. As her story of wartime romance and torn between 2 men unfolds, Matt and Hope are left wondering what buried treasures they will discover. There it is. I was gonna say I didn't think it. came through, but it did. All of us. Bridget Asher, 4.5 stars. Asher's latest is endearing, tumultuous, and an all-around wonderful read. The family is quirky and entertaining, yet readers will see a bit of themselves in each member. Augusta has long told her children that their absent father is a spy, and that is why he hasn't been part of their lives. Now adults Rue, Esme, and Liv think this is just a fanciful story their mother invented to keep them from learning the truth about their father. After Hurricane Sandy, the women come back together and a long-held secret comes to light. Will the truth set them free? Okay, let's see. On to teen. I didn't get that one, so let's just Unforgiven, Lauren Kate. Kate, 4.5 stars. Kate does not disappoint with her latest. Every fallen out there has given waiting for Cam's story. Unforgiven does a fantastic job of giving the ultimate irresistible bad boy the story he deserves. Making a deal with the devil is never a good thing, but people compare it to signing your death warrant. But what does death mean when you've been stuck in hell for so long? Cam has always been the bad guy. Being trapped in hell is just part of the punishment. But now he is going to a new hell. High school. Because of Lilith, the girl who has been paying for his crimes, he has no choice. Cam will do whatever it takes to free her. Aww. And they're gonna fall in love. The wedding chapel. That just doesn't make sense. Why are you talking about it? Well, I'm pretty sure I didn't get that book, so. Oh, wait. Well, that's why. Okay, wait. Let's back up here. My list got confused. That was the next section. Let's do this one first. Let's finish teen. Not if I see you first. Eric Lindstrom. Lindstrom writes a fun and compelling novel about disability loss and overcoming challenges that is brash, bold, and full of sass. Parker is independent, determined, and fearless, a set of qualities that is always welcome in young adult heroines. Parker has rules. As long as you follow the rules, everything will be fine. Treat her like a normal person and don't take advantage of the fact she is blind. There are no second chances after all. She's much too busy trying out for track and keeping up with Trig to spare a second thought for the boy who just broke her heart and betrayed her trust. Luckily, she has her best friend Sarah to lean on. Unluckily, just because she can't cut through other people's BS doesn't mean she can't always cut through her own. And I'm not exactly sure why this is in teen. It's happened before, and I don't understand it. Colleen Hoover, maybe not. It says new adult. So why is New Adult in teen and Colleen Hoover? But that's where it is. It's in the teen section. Maybe Not tells a hard story of falling in love, one where we are dishonest with each other as well as ourselves. For the better part of the story, Warren and Bridget care for each other but won't say it out loud, choosing instead to express their feelings in bouts of adult activity. Barriers aside, Warren and Bridget's romance is sizzling hot and fun to read. So why is this in a teen section of the magazine? Inquiring minds want to know. Warren lives the dynamic in his apartment with his all-male roommates. However, things change when Brennan invites Bridget, his potential half-sister, to live in the spare room. Bridget is cold and standoffish, constantly setting everyone's teeth on edge. Warren sees beneath her gruff exterior and uncovers a woman who challenges and excites him, particularly in the bedroom. Which, again, why is adult book in the teen section? And okay, so alright, let's do this. Now we're into inspirational. Until the Dawn. Funny stars. Once again, Camden delivers a masterpiece of literature as she breathes fresh life into a timeless tale of Shirley, wounded hero, and a sweet, wholesome heroine. With its almost tangible setting of vibrant characters, the story evokes shades of both Jane Eyre and Beauty and the Beast. Quentin Vandermark makes a stunning return to the family cliffside estate and discovers that Sophie has been using the rooftop of the abandoned mansion to work as a volunteer for the recently created Weather Bureau. On a mission to quell rumors of a family curse, Quentin resents Sophie's presence yet finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. Despite their conflicting beliefs and purposes, will a shared love of Quentin's son be enough to unite their hearts? Let's see. Um, the the memoir of Johnny Devine. Camille Eide. 4.5 stars. Sharp, on point writing immediately engages and makes it difficult to tear one's attention away from the emotionally riveting novel. The romantic tension sizzles nearly from the beginning, and readers will often find themselves breathless from the sheer delight of it. In 1953, penniless young war widow Eliza Sanderson agrees to type the memoir of notorious screen legend Johnny Devine, but remains wary of the known playboy's claims of redemption. When McCarthy's agents accuse her of communist sympathies, she needs John's help to solve a family mystery and clear her name. I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Ah! No special editing here. The Wedding Chapel. 4.5 stars. Hawk tells another gorgeously rendered story. The raw hidden emotions of Taylor and Jack are incredibly realistic and resonate with readers. Many years ago, Jimmy Coach Westbrook built a chapel in which he and his sweetheart were going to be married. Yet, through some heartbreaking situations, the wedding was never meant to be. Taylor Branson and Jack Forrest grew up in the same small town, but met each other again in New York City and married after a whirlwind courtship. Neither is entirely sure of the other's commitment, and it takes a return to their hometown and an encounter with the amazing wedding chapel, as well as revelations of family secrets to bring them together. Um, I'm not sure why a fantasy book is an inspirational, but we'll have to find out. The Sword, the Song. The Sword and the Song, excuse me. CELAUREANO. 4.5 stars. The final installment of the Song of Seer trilogy does not disappoint, full of action and adventure, romance and betrayal, alliances formed and broken. Loreno takes readers through the full spectrum of emotions, while Connor and Eileen battle to protect their land and their love from those who want to destroy them both. Connor and Ain are back in and Dalham and working with Brotherhood to defeat the Red Druid. Seer is now at war and the evil is taking over. When distance grows between Connor and Egan, and Connor sets out to find the ruins that can defeat the Red Druid, Anne is left to find her way of defending the evil that is surrounding them. Alright. Now, a lot of these from Mystery did not come through, so we'll just do them. If I can get a picture in here, I'll get a picture in here. This guy's been around for a while. He's still writing today. His books are still hot. People still ask for his books. Look how thick this sucker is. You know it's gonna be crazy scary too. 4.5 stars. Ashley Bell. Throughout his long and outstanding career, Kuntz has made a habit of melding and crossing genres to create his own brand of unforgettable fiction. Just when you think he can't top himself, Kuntz proves us wrong by creating his most mind-blowing and amazing book to date. Bibi Blair's doctor tells her she has a form of brain cancer and has only a year to live. When Bibi makes a miraculous overnight recovery, everyone is astonished. Struggling to understand what has happened, Bibi consults with a woman named Candid Butterfly, who convinces her that she escaped death because she has a mission to save someone named Ashley Bell. But who is Ashley Bell? She has to find Ashley Bell. Don't know. I just saw this one. I just saw it. Let me see. I know this book is over there. I know it's over there. It's come up in if thens quite a few times. But I have no idea where it is right this second, so we'll just use the picture. Wait a second. Come on, computer. Get the lights. Oh, wow. To brew or not to brew? 4.5 stars. Joyce Trammell, top pick. This charming debut novel stands out with brewy setting that offers a unique twist on typical books within the genre. A sorted mix of characters provide a diverting dose of humor, flirtation, and heart. The daughter of homicide detective Maxine O'Hara is about to achieve her dream of opening her own craft brew pub. Suspicious accidents appear to thwart her progress at every turn. Accidents that get deadly serious when she finds Kurt, her assistant brewmaster and head chef, murdered in the brewery. I know I've had this book around here someplace before. I know I've had it. Besides hiring a new chef who happens to be her handsome childhood crush and fielding neighborhood gossip, Mac's job is now to solve the murder. Um, let's see. Yarned and Dangerous. 4.5 stars. With a cast of secretive suspects and their sleepy town, Hartwell's latest skill knits together the ideal amateur sleuth novel. The long-standing feud between curmudgeonly neighbors provides delightful humor, and the cozy general store tantalizes with gossip and mouth-watering treats. Newly unemployed fashion designer Josie Blair returns to Dorset Falls to care for her injured uncle and accepts the daunting task of selling his life's knitting shop and its contacts. When a lady in the storeroom tangles her plans, she's soon caught up in the investigation not sure who to trust. Who knew the yarn business could be so cutthroat? I I think we did. I did not check, but I'm almost positive I did. Is this one of the books that didn't come through? Hmm. I might even have this book. So, you run all over your house looking for a book when it's on the table next to you. Anyways, Murder at Whitehall, Amanda Cormack. This historical mystery set during the reign of Elizabeth I is detailed, evocative, historical, and an intricate mystery. Cormac vividly recreates the luxury and elaborate glamour of Elizabeth's court, yet she never lets the reader forget the tension and fears surrounding the court. Kate Haywood is the young Queen's musician at the Queen's court. She has been with the Queen since Elizabeth was princess. Elizabeth is determined to celebrate Christmas with luxurious feasts, elaborate dress, and she dances. She remembers happier times. There are ambassadors from France, Spain, and Scotland, all wanting to influence the future of England. But when a man dies and one of the ladies of court is behaving mysteriously, Kate once again is stepped in to solve the mystery. Robert Krass, The Promise. 4.5 stars. Arming Elvis Cole and his usual supply of humorous quips, Krass sends him on another thrilling adventure. Accompanied by his partner Joe Pike, friend and canine officer Scott James, and his patrol dog Maggie, Cole is embroiled in a terrifying world of plastic explosive and master criminals that Krass portrays with exciting accuracy. Cole is hired to find a missing woman, not realizing he is at the scene of a crime. Cole chases a man running from the house he is casing and is stopped by the police. He doesn't know Amy was at the same house earlier. Officer James is also on the scene, and Maggie leads him to the explosives. Unfortunately, James did see the man who left a body in the house and now is in mortal danger. Now that Cole is on the police department's radar, it makes his search for Amy more difficult. He calls in his enigmatic partner to help. Okay, now This is the first book that didn't show up. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Anne Cleves, Harbor Street, 4.5 stars. Let me see something. I don't think it's. No, it's not. The fourth in the Vera Stanhope series, Harbor Street, is a fast-paced British novel and delightful characters. Detective Joe Ashworth and his daughter Jessie are on the metro going home one evening when Jessie discovers a woman has been murdered right next to them. As Joe and his partner, Detective Vera Stanhope, investigate this murder, they are thrown into the lives of those who live on Harbor Street, a bleak street in a bad part of town. While investigation takes many turns, Vera is sure that the key to it all is on that street. Another one that didn't show up, and I don't know why. James Rowland's The Labyrinth, 4.5 stars. Some of the discoveries may be a little over the top, but it makes for a rollicking good time as the Sigma Force operatives rush to decipher an ancient mystery, rescue scientists, and save mankind. The endearing character of a young gorilla draws an emotional response and potent reminder of the consequences of animal experiments. Simultaneous attacks at an archaeology site in Croatia and a primate research in Atlanta appear unrelated, except that two of the scientists, one in each location, are twin sisters. The attacks appear to attempt to kidnap the sisters and the intelligent young gorilla they have been studying. The gorilla's DNA is related to ancient relics that provide clues to the development of the human species and spread of knowledge to various parts of the earth 50,000 years ago. Okay. Every crooked path. This way. The prequel is a scary book in the dark web of cybercrimes and child abductions. While not overly graphic, this novel is clear in the severity of the crimes, and readers sensitive to the issue may want to skim parts. FBI agent Patrick Bowers is at the scene of a recent murder when an attacker comes at him. Realizing Bowers is FBI, the attacker quickly commits suicide, but not before making comments to Bowers that pull him into investigation of cybercrimes and child abduction. We will be doing, I'm slowly, very, very slowly gathering these books up. I'm going to read them in order. And as you know, when a series is long, getting the first couple is a little on the hard side. So it's going to take a while. I've got 3 or 4 series that I'm very, very slowly gathering the books to. And this is one of them. Scarpetta. Let's do it over here. Depraved Heart, Patricia Cornwell. 4.5 stars. This is the 23rd foray in the K. Scarpetta series, but new readers looking for a challenge should not be intimidated. These novices to the series will need patience as the characters and the quirky personalities explode on the page. Called to the scene of a death, Dr. Scarpetta is interrupted by a video sent from her niece, Lucy. The video that follows is remarkably simple, orchestrated by Gary Ketchum, a former classmate of Lucy's at the FBI. Kay has not seen Lucy since Kay was shot during a dive off the coast of Florida 2 months prior. The problem is that Carrie was presumed dead years earlier. And what does any of this have to do with the current death that she and her partner, Pete, are investigating? Victim Chanel Gilbert has no seeming connection to any of these people, but Kay quickly establishes that her death was not accidental. Let's see what that happens. This book is heavy. Alright, I think we missed a book. We missed a couple books. Alright, let's go back here. Alright. Michael Connolly, The Crossing, Harry Bosch, California Stars. Harry Bosch's visit to the dark side, from retired cop to Lincoln lawyer Mickey Holler's investigator, makes for fascinating reading. Connolly's latest. His self-condemnation leads him into an unexpected territory that adds dimension to his story. Holler's defending a client he believes is innocent of rape and murder. He wants his half-brother Bosch to help him on the case. Despite Harry's protests of conflict of interest, Harry's troubled by the solid DNA evidence against the defendant, Dr. Day Quinn Foster. After Holler pleads with Bosch, he becomes more intrigued, and he asks to see the murder book, as has been his habit for 30 years. Anomalies in that book convince Bosch to speak of Foster. Presenting the young man with damning evidence, he's leaning towards the man's innocence based upon Foster's reaction. I don't get it. Now that she's gone. 4 stars. Olsen knows how to walk the line between compelling and repulsive with his latest thrill. The villain is despicable, but at some time somewhat sympathetic, creating an intriguing dilemma for the reader. Brendan Nevins uses her skills as a manipulator to convince the female superintendent to assist her in escape from prison. Sheriff Detective Kendall Struck, who originally put Nevins behind bars, knows she's a target, so she has to play a brutal game if she is to recapture someone who is not totally ruthless. I don't get it. I don't get it. And we have done all the videos on this series. We are almost to the current one. There's only one left over there, but there's another one coming out in the next couple months. Cross Justice. Alex Cross, John Sampson, Nana Mama, Janie, Allie, Bree, and the gang. Patterson's Alex Cross is back again in another crazy suspenseful mystery that keeps readers on the edge of their seats. Alex Cross hasn't returned to his hometown in more than 30 years, but goes back to help prove his cousin's innocence. After he works the case, Alex suddenly becomes across a family secret that will cause him to question everything. He's also pulled into the hunt for a brutal killer who seems to be murdering socialites as well. See what happens there. Alright, now let's see about these. Oh. Alright, let's go back a second here. I've got one more. Wait a second. I just wanna. I don't know why I've got this book here. I don't know. Unless it was a leftover from another. Unless it's something. Well, it's not part of Flashback Monday. Alright, let's go. And I don't think that's part of. You know, the worst thing, the teen section does not have a index. So I think let me check something. So I've had this book sitting here for a couple months now. But it's not in the magazine. But it was published in December of 2015, and that's why I saved it so that when I got to the December 2015 magazine, but it's not in here, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. Um, Cozy lights twinkled throughout the cozy coastal town of Rocky Point, New Hampshire, and the auction venue at Prescott's Antiques has been transformed into a winter wonderland for Josie Prescott's annual holiday party. Josie is especially excited this year. Ian Bennington, a recently discovered distant relative from England, will be joining in the fun. Both Ian and Josie are, it seems, descended from Arabella Churchill, a 17th century royal mistress. The party is a success, and Ian is a hit. It gives Josie an unexpected thrill to have family and unexpected dread when he vanishes. Ian doesn't keep his dinner date with Josie's good friend Leah Jones or his lunch date with Josie. So, surely he would have done so if he could. Ian had given his daughter two priceless 17th century watercolor miniature portraits of Annabelle and one of her lover, King James, and they're gone missing too. Knowing that Leah is facing financial ruin after a nasty divorce, Jessie can't help wondering if her friend is behind the theft and Ian's disappearance. Oh, there's a titty dad. There's a titty dad. So see what happens there. And I'm not sure. This might have been. I'm not sure why I ordered this. I have no. It might have been for Halloween. I'm not sure. Or I was doing haunted houses for Halloween. So maybe I ordered it for Halloween and it's but maybe I just wanted to read it. I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know why it showed up. I think I wanted to read it. We'll have to see what happens in the next few days if it shows up. This is a 2024. Across Italy, there are many empty towns nearly abandoned by those who migrated to the coast or to the cities. The beautiful crumbling hilltop town of Beecham is among them, but its mayor has drastic measures to rebuild, selling abandoned homes to anyone in the world for €1 as long as the buyer promises to live there for at least 5 years. It's a no-brainer for an American couple, Tommy and Kate Pugilis. Both work remotely, and Bachina is the home of Timothy's grandparents, his closest living relatives. It feels like a romantic adventure, an opportunity the young couple would be crazy not to seize. But from the moment they move in, they both feel a shadow has fallen on them. Tommy's grandmother is furious, even a little frightened, when she realizes which house they've bought. There are rooms in the annex in the back of the house they didn't know were there. The place makes strange noises at night. Locked doors are suddenly open, and when they go to a family gathering, there are certain people are whispering about them and about their house, which one neighbor refers to as the house of last resort. Soon they learn that the home was owned for generations by the church, but the real secret and the true dread is unlocked when they finally learn what the priests were doing in this house for all those long years and how many people died in this strange chapel. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could handle it. It's a little too for me. Um, all right, shall we move on here? Let's see. The sci-fi books never came in, so we're going to skip sci-fi. It's a very short section this month. There we go. Maybe there's something you'd like to see. Alright, we'll talk about her in a minute. Miss Feehan. Uh, Well, I had it a minute ago. I don't think it's pictured. It was probably pictured in... Alright, everybody remember page 19. Well, that's the book that's over there. I don't think it's pictured. Yeah, she's something. Nope. We're gonna do it without a picture, I guess. It might show up in a couple pages. Alright. Wicked Edge. Rebecca Zanetti. 4.5 stars. Scorcher. Zanetti's Realm Enforcers series is hot with a capital H. The paranormal existence of witches, shifters, and vampires and demons is not known to humans, but these species are trying to keep a very dangerous drug off the streets. COVID-19 enforcer Diane Duane is tired and lonely. He is undercover as a human enforcer in an outlaw biker gang selling the very dangerous drug Apollo. Going to a party after a meeting one night, he sees a blonde woman walk across the room whom he can't take his eyes off. When she willingly comes home with him, things begin to look up until he finds out who she is. Cece Kylan has revenge on her mind, and having Dare along for the ride was not part of the plan. Aw, he's too sexy for her. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I did not realize. I was listening to the videos one day and I was like, I did not realize how loud the page turning is across the video. You can't hear me talking, but you can hear the page turning. Alright. ML Buchanan, target engaged. Book 1 in Buckman's new series Delta Force starts off with a unique feel as Delta candidates compete in a rigorous selection process to hopefully become Delta recruits. Buchanan changes up the game plan here, though, as readers get to watch this new Delta Force team as it's created, with members going on missions together and becoming comrades. Buckman's writing style feels a touch different here, too. There is more engagement of secondary characters. Rest assured, their target is engaged every bit as good as his other series. Kyle Reeves is highly intrigued by female Delta candidate Carla Anderson. Sure, she might be the only female around, but it's not her good looks that impress the hell out of him. It's her fearless determination and resolve to land a spot on the new Delta Force team. Okay. Well, that was just wrong. All right. In the Company of Wolves. 4 stars. Tyler takes the action to a new level by adding new dimensions to the SWAT team universe. As the Weres learn more about their own shifting natures, they're surprised by new beings in their midst. While conducting a warehouse raid, SWAT member Eric Becker comes face to face with beautiful werewolf Jana Winston. The team is stunned to discover that this group of animals has also to be shifters. Like them, Eric realizes that Jana is also his mate, and his first instinct is to protect her, but there's something else going on too, and he's determined to find her and break up his crime ring. Jana knows how close to the edge she and her inner circle have been living, and she's been working hard to find a way out of the mess they're in. She and 4 of her friends are beta wolves, and you really need a strong alpha to lead them. Oh, there's one I forgot. Oh well. Gee, it might even be over there. I didn't even look. Never even thought about looking. Um, all right. The Midnight Wrangler. Naked guy on the cover. 4 stars. Johnson's novel is a moving story about second chances and rediscovered love that will delight fans. By alternating between the characters' present day reality and their individual memories of shared past, Johnson's beautifully juxtaposes a tale of idyllic young love and the difficulties, emotions, humor, and fulfillment of a more mature relationship. Through a successful rancher since the death of his wife 5 years ago, Roan Lerner has known that something was missing from his life, but he only ever loved two women, his wife and his first true love, Bonnie, and isn't sure he wants to risk his heart again. Bonnie fled her abusive father years ago, vowing never to return. But now that he's deceased, she has come back to clean out his house and deal with his memories lurking there. Okay. And then back up a minute. Gee, didn't I have that? What was um I just saw it. I know it was before. I know it was before. Oh, you'll have to let me know how you liked my if then the other day. It was diff. Jill Chavez, My Kind of Wonderful. Book 2 of the Cedar Ridge series is completely romantic and has the potential of melting readers' hearts in the midst of winter. Our heroine Bailey is a real pip and so much fun to follow throughout the entire fast-moving novel. Bailey Moore has reached a point in her life where she's decided to cross a few things off her bucket list. A skiing trip to the Rockies sounds like the perfect place to begin, but gorgeous Hudson Kincaid clouds her vision and makes her knees weak. She attempts to make her point to Hud that she's just traveling for her sanity and doesn't plan on staying long, but he makes it all the more difficult for her to stick to her guns when she learns how good a kisser he is. Ah, love on the ski slopes. And where is... She's not there. Why is she here? She's not there either. So why is this book? I will have to look. Alright. I forgot a lot of books. Alright, here we go. On to Paranormal. Kelsey Crow, Sweet Ruin. 4.5 stars. One of the things that makes Cole's remarkable Immortals After Dark series such a blast is that pretty much everyone in this world is more than a little twisted and bloodthirsty. Assassin Rune, the Bane Blood latest assignment is off to a complicated start. He finds his attempt blocked by a strange young woman back when she was 11-year-old foundling with only her baby brother Thaddeus as a link to the mysterious past. Joe was shot and killed by thugs. Joe woke up with the strange ability to ghost and the need to drink blood. Reluctantly leaving Thaddeus to be raised by Ms., Joe made her own way. However, when she sees Bane aiming toward a grown-up Thaddy, she attacks. Suddenly, Jo is thrust into a world and the war she knew nothing about, all because of a sexy, dark fae whose blood she craves. And if you haven't seen Passion Flicks yet, and if you have not watched all of my JDR Black Dagger Brotherhood videos, please go watch all of my JD Rob Black Dagger Brotherhood, Wraith and Vicious and Phage and Butch and Mary and the rest, and the butler. Forget the butler. He's always got to be serving. Blood Kiss. Megastar Ward has decided to launch a spin-off series from a Black Dagger Brotherhood books featuring new, somewhat younger individuals fighting for their place in the Black Dagger legacy. The first book focuses on Paradise, the blooded daughter of King Ra's first advisor, who must break through century societal programming to become a female warrior. Miraculously, Paradise was able to convince her father to let her apply for training with the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Also, joining Paradise and trying for the program is her close pal Peyton. The initiation is nothing like any of the potential recruits expected, and amazingly, after a grueling and painful test, Paradise is the last one standing. 7 of the recruits passed the test, including Peyton and the energetic Commodore Craig. As the most difficult training continues, Paradise finds herself attracted to Craig. Oh, itch. Christine Feehan, Wildcat. 4 stars. Feehan's new offering heads back to the hazardous world of a shape-shifting leopard, where loyalties and crime families make for dangerous company amongst Feehan's numerous series. Sienna Amato's life is under her grandfather's care, has been both sheltered and distant. Since following her parents' death, Sienna has spent most of her time at boarding school. But now her grandfather is talking about marriage and babies and asks Sienna to deliver a case of wine to his friend Elijah Lapso. Seeing Elijah years ago, Sienna has always found him attractive, but she doesn't understand the strange feelings her body has experienced when she sees him. I see that coming. Dragon Storm. The second installment of the fan favorite McAllister's Fall series has the Dragon Clan suffering under a curse. As always with the action, McAllister packs oodles of humor and offbeat situations into her stories. Constantine Norka, formerly of the Silver Dragons, is currently a ghost. He sacrificed himself to save the dragon Yosaldi. Yosaldi summoned Constantine's spirit form a couple of years ago, so now he hangs out with Yosaldi and her mate Baltic. However, after the dragon learned that to help break the curse they need a talisman from the dragon realm, Constantine is drafted to steal one. Bree and Constantine collide in Aberdeen while on the hunt and end up making an escape together, along with the embodied talking head Gray. Okay. And what do I do with it? Oh, I don't have the book. I have Bound by Flame. The book in here is Bound by Darkness. 4 stars. Fans are in for a treat as she brings the Immortal series to a spectacular highlight conclusion. Although another god allowed Maxim to partially escape being permanently entombed with the earth, Maxim knows that Sabo, the god of pain and suffering who cursed him, will never free him. Maxim's only option is to find a way to kill Sabo. During his quest, Maxim encounters a clever thief, Adrian, and strikes a bargain. Lona Airy will never dreams her stealth abilities will lead her to a quest fulfilled with danger and passion. And this is Lila's years on the Carrie circuit were certainly an education. What she didn't learn, how to be a vampire, how to be married to the most famous vampire of them all. Adjusting to both has Lila teetering on a knife edge between passion and peril, and now the real danger is about to begin. Naked guy on the cover. Alright, now let's see if this book. Ah, I did a podcast on this author a couple of months ago. Go check that out. I had all 13 of them. Don't ask me what happened to them. I don't know. Alien Chief. It follows the progression of boy meets girl, and they solve this case, and they solve this case, and they keep going up the ladder till he becomes president. 4 stars. The rule seems to be if you are anywhere in Kitty Cat Martini's vicinity, batten down the hatches because you know things are going to get both hazardous and wacky. After returning from their unexpected trip to another galaxy, Kit and her husband AC Jeff are trying to adjust to the fact that Jeff is Vice President of the United States and keeping a surreptitious eye on Cliff Goodman, who they now know is the evil mastermind. When Kitty's assassin uncle sent Nightcrawler, Silver, and his teenage adopted daughter Lizzie in for protection, Kitty figures something big is brewing. The fact that Planetary Council is also making an unexpected visit is also worrying. Something is going on there. Alright, now let me see if these... I have these 2 books. 75. Alright, let's do this first. It's rare that... I have that one. I'm almost positive I have that one. Alright. Brenda Jackson. In her youth, Crystal Newsom was sent away to live with her aunt because her family didn't approve of her almost obsessive relationship with troublemaker Bain Westmoreland. 5 years as a Navy SEAL has given Bain perspective about what's important in life, and he's determined to find Crystal so they can be together. She's been working on a PhD in biochemistry, and someone wants her work on an obscured reality. It will take Bain and his skilled team members to keep her safe. Rarely does love survive the test of time, yet the connection between these two lovers grows stronger. So let's see what happens there. Oh, there's a bigger picture. And Harlequin Nocturne. That's for vampires, werewolves. Another paranormal. Naked guy on the cover. The Immortals Redemption. 4 stars by Kelly Ireland. Dylan O'Shea is a Druid assassin who has spent centuries tracking the evil goddess he's destined to destroy. But when he meets Kennedy Jefferson, he realizes his enemy resides inside the body of a woman he's fated to love. Afraid she's losing her mind, Kennedy is hardly calmed by Dylan's explanation about her condition or determination to protect her from herself. Though part of her knows Dylan would do anything to destroy the goddess, Kennedy finds herself trusting and craving his touch. Oh. Proposal at the Winter Ball. Harlequin Romance. Four stars. Acclaimed architect Alex Fitzgerald is in need of a helping hand, so he turns to his best friend Flora Buckingham, the best in the business when it comes to interior design. It seems like overnight their feelings toward each other turned romantic, and one smooch is all it takes to twist their hearts in a knot. Neither wants to admit falling in love, so who will be the first to admit that kiss was too good to be true? Aww. Um... Ravensdale, Defiant Captive, 4 stars. Melanie Milburn with software designer Julius Ravendale agrees to supervise Holly Perez's probation for keying a car. He initially believes the worst about the belligerent young woman and is attracted to her in spite of it. But he quickly realizes there's more to street smart Holly than he previously thought, and she confides in him that her trouble with the law has all been caused by her stepfather, a criminal who hates her. Milburn's story is interesting and fun. Holly's sassy attitude makes her likable, and the buildup of sexual tension. Let's see if I can find this one. Love inspired Mistletoe Justice, 4.5 stars. The third in Cedars Key series, the story opens with the accounting manager, Darcy Tucker, discovering that she has been framed for embezzlement and she believes her boss is the one setting her up. Connor Stevens is trying to unravel what happened to his sister Claire, and he believes is connected to Darcy. When her house is broken into and her computer hacked, Connor and Darcy wonder what Claire discovered that someone is determined to keep hidden. Can Connor prevent Darcy from meeting the same fate as his sister? And I think that is it. I do not know. Let me just check this out. I do not know why this book is here. 2013. I have no idea why this book is here. Cheaper to keep her. Lenise Carter is back from another round of revenge. Cheaper to keep her, part 4. Bodies are dropping like flies. Too bad. Bishop isn't on her side this time. In fact, Lenise is alone, and everyone around her knows it. So she tries to recover from a near-fatal gunshot wound. There will be more attempts on her life. While federal agents are heavily guarding Lenise, she will realize that Bishop is out for her blood, and he will use every resource until he gets it. I have no idea what's in the pile. Not a clue. Not a clue. But it was here. I did that one. Okay. Have a good day. And we'll start 2016 next week. God, I can't believe we're almost over. I started these in 2009. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Don't forget If Thens on Fridays and my daily book reviews. And please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you.